I am concerned at times about really a lack of understanding about how our economy works. In order to get into a good engineering school, you've got to make that decision in 7th or 8th grade. You've got to get algebra taken care of so that you can take calculus your senior year. That's tough for a 5th grader to plan out.
I think the issue of young people moving from communities is a multifaceted issue. Students want to have the best education that they can possibly receive, and that may not be available where they are. 2, the students want to go somewhere where it's exciting. So if the communities don't have places that are easily accessible, then that is something that is very attractive if they see that somewhere else. If we want to keep young people here, then we have to develop the community to be able to retain our future talent.
In the beginning of my career, it was like pulling teeth, trying to get kids to engage. And I mean, we're talking about 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. They never saw what the content that I was teaching would matter. They didn't see outside of that day or that week or past that sport that they were playing in. They didn't see past graduation. That was the frustration in my first maybe 4 or 5 years. Like, there has just got to be something different.
Kids have tremendous aptitude for careers that are in demand. Manufacturing, healthcare, IT. The gap is an interest. This is actually a good news story, because what it means is the talent's all around us. The question is, how can we activate it? How can we create pathways for those students? How can we create opportunities to light the fire within kids? We see it in high-performing schools and low-performing schools and high-income schools, under-resourced schools. We put kids on a path to a prosperous career by exposing them to opportunities.
You know, the clarity of the vision of the experience that you want customers to have really is the defining moment that helps you not only attract, but also to nurture and grow and develop people. And I think that's indicative of high-performance organizations. They bring in, good talent, but they grow that talent. They nurture that talent. They're a work in progress. We have the opportunity as leaders to pour life into people who can be more effective. They can live out their calling in life by giving them the skills, the aptitudes, basic things like, business planning and budgeting and management, leadership and so forth. The underlying element of that is to develop a purpose-driven culture, a culture that has a compelling, deep purpose and meaning that connects the hands, the head, and the heart.
I think Junior Achievement is one of those organizations that is teaching our children really about the foundations that America is based on. If that is not taught, we run the risk of losing it.
I was from a rural area. We didn't have a whole lot of opportunity there. And as a result of that, my first thought was to immediately get away from this place so that I would be exposed to more education opportunities, because we didn't have that in the area. So I've ran into students that say the same thing. I have to get out of here. In Hall County, that has changed over the last 10 years, and I'm starting to hear students talk about going to places that they're now made aware of because of Junior Achievement and the networking and business opportunities they've been exposed to. One
thing that I love about 3E by JA is it opens up the mindset. Now they're exposed to jobs, to careers, worlds that they have never even thought were possible. They never knew that they existed. So this is way bigger than just connecting them within their networks with our executives that they work with. This is bigger than connecting them with the companies. These are complete lifestyle changes, and not just for them, but also for their families, because now their families are able to come see the work we're doing, and it's exciting their families about, okay, let me just not live for right now. Let me live my passion. Let me do the work that I was put on this earth to do.
I was at a Rotary program, and the JA Discovery Center in Savannah was a twinkle in an eye and an idea and some sketches. But the thing that stuck with me that day was 15,000 middle school students were going to come through that program during the course of a year. And I thought, well, that kind of addresses the issue. There's the solution. We need to be part of that. Obviously, there's an expense associated with it. I thought that's an easy decision because we're putting our logo on water bottles and little trinkets, and if we can spend part of that money support JA and get those same students and get them energized, that was a really easy business decision.
The first time that students come into the Discovery Center is when they are in 6th grade, and their eyes get really big, their mouths drop, and they start pointing, oh, that's Chick-fil-A, oh, I want to be in there, oh, my mom works at Engineered Floors, my aunt works for Dalton Utilities. So these students see all these storefronts, and they already kind of feel like it's home. When they see Shaw, they think of carpet. They don't realize that there's a marketing department, there's a distribution department, there is a logistics department. There is so much more than just the carpet side. And I even had a student that was in Shaw, and he walked out and he goes, I didn't know today that when I came here, I would learn about different careers from Shaw. So I think that's really cool and really eye-opening that they can stay in this community and get all different types of jobs that they love without having to leave here.
It's one of those foundational institutions in my mind that's so important to society and culture today. It is such a proven organization with such long-standing history, with great leadership, but it's very, very purpose-driven, and what a joy and a privilege it is for any of us as business leaders to invest in that next generation.
When we have conversations with students where we say, hey, good news, you're actually really talented at something that we need as a region, it lights a fire in a kid. It shows them that what they're doing and what they're capable of is not only transformative for the region, but it's transformative for themselves. It puts them on the pathway to a prosperous career, a meaningful occupation, and the good news is they're ready for it. They have the aptitude, they just need people to show them the way.